3 million affected, 315,000 killed, 1.2 million left homeless, over 300,000 injured.
On January 12, 2010, a catastrophe hit. It was nothing like anything the world had seen before. It was the 2010 Haiti earthquake. Haiti is a country in Central America lying on the boundary of the Caribbean and North American plates. The North American plate that Haiti lies on moves west quite often. As this movement isn't smooth, friction is caused. Pressure builds between the plates until it is released as an earthquake.
The sudden release of energy causes the seismic waves that make the ground shake. The earthquake was caused by a slip along an existing fault in the area. The fault has been linked to some historically big ones in 1618, 1673, 1684, 1751, 1761, 1770, and 1860. Before the earthquake, the Haitian government was already unstable. 50% of the nation cannot read in small huts or cardboard boxes. Citizens either move to the United States or France, or want to move but cannot due to poverty. Haiti possibly has the highest crime rate in the Western Hemisphere. Because earthquakes in Haiti are rare, the community was not prepared for it. Haiti's quickly increasing population does not improve the problem. With the amount of people rising, the amount of food is dropping. Hospitals were filled, therefore people had to be left on streets, which led to the spread of diseases, especially.
Haiti's issues are far more broad than that of the 2010 earthquake. Since the 1400s, Haiti has been plagued by problems such as slavery, economy, and politics. During the rule of the French, Haiti was a fairly successful country. However, there were slaves, so something needed to change. After Haiti reached freedom from the French, they lost their financial prosperity. This meant that they were forced to borrow money from France, which resulted in further debt. Not only has Haiti been economically affected, but they have also faced corruption within their political system. The island's susceptibility to natural disasters has further exacerbated their issues. But the problems surrounding Haiti are obviously far deeper than just these natural disasters.
It is said that poverty is the real reason why so many have died as a result of the 2010 earthquake. Throughout history, there have only been 3 earthquakes that have killed more than 200,000 people, and the 2010 Haiti earthquake became the 4th. The fault line that Haiti lies on had been relatively quiet for a century. The Caribbean public had the earthquake coming, as pressure between tectonic plates were building. The Haiti earthquake wasn't one that was exceptionally strong, just a 7 on the seismometer. In comparison, a similar-sized earthquake in California in 1989 killed 63 people. Although the epicenter was close to the crowded capital, that does not account for the scale of this catastrophe. Neither does the fact that the earthquake began just 13 kilometers below the ground.
The main reason the Haiti earthquake killed so many people is man-made rather than geological. This reason is poverty. Even the biggest earthquakes do not inevitably become catastrophes. Earthquakes only become a disaster when you introduce poverty, and that is Haiti. Haiti is the poorest country within the Western Hemisphere. The capital of Haiti is a dense city, and most of the construction is very poor. In 2008, the mayor estimated that 60% of the capital's buildings were unsafe. That's what has made Haiti a challenging disaster zone. The infrastructure in Haiti was already fragile, and it was devastated. Roads were destroyed, ports damaged, and the airport was ruined. 250,000 homes and 37,000 commercial buildings had collapsed or were severely damaged.
The vast amount of collapsing buildings killed many that would normally have coordinated the relief effort, including government officials, doctors, and aid workers. Money and manpower was offered from all over the world, but who was in charge? The Haitian government organized the disposal of dead bodies, but was unable to offer the living much support. Without proper leadership, the focus remained on maintaining security rather than rescuing survivors and giving medical aid. Fortunately, relief was eventually found. 2 months after the earthquake, an astounding 2.5 million people had been fed. As for shelter, over 1,500 received tent-like shelters each day. Roads, ports, and the airport were fixed. Haiti is still rebuilding, and billions of dollars in relief aid have been funded to help it do so. Even so, Haiti remains a small, struggling nation that is desperately poor. Its troubles now have grown by having to care for a generation of orphans and disabled people. Of course, Haiti will be rebuilt, but without effective support, skills, and tools, will it be rebuilt to last?
Haiti's GDP is only 1,200 per person, and 80% of the people live below the poverty line. In Haiti, the clothing industry accounts for 2/3 of exports. After the earthquake, there were many reports of structural damage at manufacturing facilities. Estimations show that 1 in 5 jobs were lost due to the earthquake. Many countries responded to the appeals for financial aid and support. The European Union gave 330 million, and the World Bank waived Haiti's debt repayments for 5 years. The earthquake has caused 14 billion in damage. Half a year after the quake, 98% of the rubble remained uncleared, some still blocking vital access roads. Australia donated 13 million to Haiti. Major charities collected a total of 1.1 billion for relief efforts. Sweden, the United Kingdom, and the United States were among the countries that donated most to Haiti. The earthquake has left Haiti's economy in a mess. Haiti has had several tropical storms and natural disasters that have temporarily crippled the economy, but none have been as devastating as this recent earthquake. Haiti had been already notorious for its high unemployment rates. The earthquake only furthered this problem. Haiti's economy still lies in the hands of foreign nations giving aid, as Haiti is in no position to start generating any money of its own. Before the earthquake, Haiti had been experiencing positive growth and stability. The earthquake has been a huge setback on Haiti's economy and stability.
Before the earthquake, Haiti had already suffered from pollution in water and food. Logging has cut down their forestation rate to 2% throughout Haiti. Without trees to hold down the soil, issues of soil erosion have arisen. Food and water sources have been further polluted, and diseases such as malaria have spread. The rapidly increasing population has taken over most of the fertile land for living, leaving agriculture to be put on steep areas and hillsides, where it is not suitable for planting. Due to the earthquake, landslides have been caused, and buildings have fallen. Haiti's beaches are highly polluted, and clean water sources are unheard of. The spread of disease has been the cause of many deaths, and bodies have had to be buried in masses.
It's been 6 years since the earthquake hit Haiti. However, Haiti is still trying to recover. The recovery efforts are far from over, but Haiti has come a long way. People are still facing significant daily challenges. In order to recover, the country needs a full functional economy. This is a chance to change the country for the better, and hopefully the opportunity will be taken.